Hey peeps, and welcome to a truly magnificent IC82 review. I have been dying to tell you about this one, I really have, but I've had to keep my lips quiet. I've had to keep my lips shut. Basically, a huge thank you to Hornby for sending me this. Now, they got in touch with me a while ago. We keep in touch. We keep in contact, me and Hornby, we do. We keep in touch with each other. And they said, hey, how are things? And I said, oh, things are great. In fact, they're really good because what's really cool is the channel has just hit 40,000 subscribers. And they said, oh, wow, well, how about you do a review of the 40th years of service, the 40 years of service HST? I thought, yeah, that sounds pretty good. As long as you're sure. And yeah, sure, I think it'd be a great thing. I do too. So, here we go. How incredible is that? So this is the 40th year of service anniversary pack commemorating just how incredible the HST is. It's been running for 40 years, folks. 40 years. It started running in 1976 and it's now 2016. Hooray! Something that's older than me. It is iconic design. It's famous the world over. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's even other aliens in other galaxies are probably aware of this train. It's just so famous. Just look at that design. Just look at it. Look at it. It's iconic. It's art. It's beautiful. You could put this on your wall. Not the box, maybe. That would be a very expensive piece of art and a bit of a waste of money. But you could put this on your wall. Just look at that. Incredible. And do you know, folks, it gets even more special. Do you know why? I've already reviewed it. This is the original. This is it, everybody. This started the IC82 channel. Honestly, this box here is the reason you're watching this video right now. This box here is the reason there's a camcorder on a tripod pointing at a conservatory, pointing down at the floor in a conservatory as some person that claims to know stuff about trains but doesn't really sits and reviews it. I ordered the original, this box here, from Hatton's in about 2009. I think it was early autumn 2009. And I was literally sat on the sofa and I was about to open it and then I stopped. I thought, I wonder if I should film it. I wonder if anybody would find it interesting. They might do. I don't know. Let's go for it anyway. What harm can it do? So, there we go. The world changed. I had no idea what I was letting myself in for. So that was what, 2009, it's now 2016. So basically 7 years. The channel is 7 years old and I am revisiting my roots by doing a review of the HST. It's the packaging is extremely similar. As you can see, I think they've even used the same box art. Oh no, they haven't. No, it is updated photos, look. And also, you'll notice that the text, the font, is ever so slightly different. It's like they have actually put the proper original font on here. And this perhaps wasn't. I'm not too sure. But we'll find out in a second. So on the original, on the back of the original, you've basically got a photo of the real thing. Just look at that. I mean, how can you not fall in love with that? It's just beautiful. So there we have the original. And then there's basically all this text. And on the new one, I think the text is actually pretty similar. Oh no, it isn't. Oh no, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the text is almost, in fact, no it's not. I keep glancing from paragraph to paragraph and no, it's not. The text is not the same, but about 90% of it is. The biggest difference is this section right at the very end. So 2016 marks the 40th anniversary of Kenneth Grange's archetypal high-speed locomotive, and to celebrate, Hornby have produced this anniversary set featuring 43002 and 43003. Together as set 253001, so basically the first. HST service commencement was Monday October the 4th, 1976, although some units were running prior to this date, with full services in operation from the following day. Running an interim timetable with accelerated schedules between Paddington and Bristol. The fastest recorded train that year was the 1629 service from Reading to Bristol Parkway with an average speed of 95.7 miles per hour. That's, I mean, that doesn't sound a lot, but that's very impressive. Very, very impressive. Okay, so you've basically got a whole load of information there on the back to read and enjoy. And what's also really cool is that they've included some images here of the coaches that you can buy to add to this train, to make it into a train, basically. And what's... do I show you now? Yeah, go on. What's really, really amazing is that Hornby sent those as well. So we've got two here, which are, as you can see, they are the Hornby Mark IIIs that came out in the 70s for this HST. So we've got a standard open and another standard open, both the same number. Then we've got two here which are both first class, and again, if I just turn them the right way around, you can see that again, oh no, different numbers, so we've got an 03 and an 04, but they're both first class. And then we've got two more here. We've got the standard open number 4 and another standard open 04, so those two are the same. And then, and this is the best one, buffet coach! Yes! Do you know how hard it is to get one of these? I've been trying, well, on and off, for 7 years to get a Mark III buffet coach in the original HST 125 livery, and I finally got one sent to me by Hornby. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Hornby, so much. So we've got the buffet coach here, which really does complete the set. And that is number 40001, and it's the Mark III buffet car. So, there we go. Well, the box is lovely, and it says 40th year of service, 76 to 2016, limited edition, there's only 1,000 of these, but what's going to be really interesting is to open it up and find out what's inside. So it's the same packaging that they used 7 years ago, this sort of polystyrene tray, nothing else in the box, just lift this off. So here's your certificate. So this is your certificate of authentication, and you can see that my particular set is number 232. I'd have preferred 82, but hey, there we go, never mind. Whoever's got number 82, if you want to get in touch, I'll do a swap. So here's your care sheet, basically class 43 HST. Now what's really interesting is that you also now get sound ones. Yes, I've not been sent a sound one, but there are sound ones out there, and I believe that one of them is going to be in the Virgin livery, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. The TTS sound is really worth it. So it's the usual stuff, where to apply lubrication, and trust me, you don't need much. How to remove the body. It's really quite simple with these HST units. You just rock the bogies to one side and then take out 4 securing screws. As long as you've really properly unscrewed them, as soon as you tip it over again, the body should lift off quite easily. It's not hard to do. And then there's a little note on the PCB inside, which you'll see footage of later. Okay, so getting on to the actual HST units, if you just lift this little flap of paper and then remove that little piece of paper, doing the same to the unit below, there they are. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? It's almost a shame to disturb them whilst they're sleeping in bed. Look at them. They're honestly, they're art. Just look at that design. Look at the colours. It's just iconic. It's like the famous red telephone box or the Mini Cooper in Racing Green. It's just one of those things that's just instantly recognisable the world over, if you ask me. So getting one of these units out isn't too hard. Just pop your finger through the hole gently in the back and then carefully lift it out of the packaging, just like that. Wow. And the first thing you'll notice is the weight. These things weigh a ton. Okay, technically for legal reasons it's not a ton, but it feels heavy. Trust me, it feels really heavy. And that's good because that means traction. So once this unit's on the track, it's going to have lots and lots of grip, lots of traction, and it'll need that to pull all of those coaches. You'll notice if you flip the unit upside down, there are no traction tyres at all. You might see a little bit of grime on the wheels because, well, I have had it running. In fact, I ran it in before filming this video. Oh my gosh, the door's open. Okay, we'll come back to that. Yeah, this arrived yesterday and I basically got it running in last night, and so that's why there's a little bit of grime on the wheels. We did have a little incident when I was running it in, and I'll talk to you about that shortly. But getting back to the detail then, what do you want me to say? It's 10 out of 10. It's perfect. Everything. Delivery, the colours, the paint application. There are rivets where there are supposed to be rivets. You've got two beautiful exhausts, which I really wish did clag actual real smoke. Honestly, I really wish they did that. A beautiful window wiper just there resting on the front window, and it is an actual proper separate wiper. You've got little handrails either side of the doors which open. Oh yes, I don't know why you'd need them to open, but they open. That's how incredible it is. I suppose if you wanted to, you could like open one of these and then wedge something in the door so that it looks like the driver's about to get in. Or you could lift off the body, remove the spring that holds the door in place, and have the door wide open if you wanted to. I'm not going to, but you could do that. So looking at the front, we've got the light clusters here as well as the horns behind a grille. Absolutely beautiful and spot on. The light clusters work properly, all the lights light up. So basically you've got red as the unit goes away, and then as the unit comes towards you, you've got white. And they're really, well, I was going to say they're really bright, but they're basically spot on. They're not too bright, they're not too dim. You can see the running number there, 253001, and my hands are shaking like crazy. It's a good job I'm not a surgeon. We're turning around to the back. Again, you've got rivets where there's supposed to be rivets. There's the warning overhead wires detail. C3, which is basically to do with the gauge, the loading gauge of the unit. So basically C3 means that there are restrictions in place. So for example, there are some tunnels, there are some stations that a unit this big couldn't get down. So folks, it's honestly, yeah, it's just stunning. Everything about it, the detail, the livery, the paint, the roof, the grills. I mean, there's even piping that runs along the bottom of this part here. You can see it, well, it runs across the top of it and across the bottom of the body, and that stuff is really delicate, so that's the stuff you need to be careful of when you're lifting the body off. It's brimming with detail. The second unit is no different. Okay, so comparing the weight of both units, there is a noticeable difference, obviously. The one on the left weighs an absolute ton, a proverbial ton. It's not technically a ton, it's really heavy. You've got a gigantic motor in the centre, twin flywheels driving both bogies, which is obviously why it's so heavy. And it needs to be, because that's what gives you all the traction, that's what gives you all the grip. This is literally the power car. In real life, this would also have an engine in it, and this would push as the other one pulls, or vice versa. But obviously, in model form, it doesn't need to do that. It's a little bit over the top. You could do it if you wanted to. I don't think you need to. We'll see in a moment. But this is really light. You can see right through the unit. There's no motor at all. But that's where the differences end, because the detail is just as high, peeps. Honestly, it's beautiful. And the doors, they still open. So the lights work, it will pick up current, it will activate the lights, and it'll activate them correctly. So you've got exhausts, you've got grills, you've got rivets, you've got warning signs, you've got windows, and the windows are all in place as well, I'm glad to see, because on my original HST the windows actually fell out. The glue on them had dried at some point, dried out, and the windows came loose and were rattling around inside. That does happen, it can happen, it might happen to yours. If it does, just tilt that bogie out of the way, unscrew the units, take the body off carefully, sort of like lifts off and then goes forward. Get inside, put the windows back in place, put it back on again, screws back in, job done. If you want me to show you how to do that in a video, just let me know. It's really simple. Don't be scared of opening them up. But if you're worried about breaking something, then obviously get someone to help you. Sorry, I'm just looking at these and I'm in love. Honestly. This is the... people often ask me about the IC82 channel. It was called Intercity 82 for two reasons. One, this train, Intercity, look, there it is. It was my favourite train when I was growing up as a kid. Yes, we all know the Class 58 is my favourite diesel, and it was the first model I ever had. But this was my favourite train. I would literally jump for joy with excitement whenever I saw one of these as a little boy, and I still do now at 33. Honestly, I do. So I absolutely adore them. And it was called 82 because, that was the year I was born. I needed a number on the end. I couldn't have 125, and I wouldn't recommend naming a channel after a train anyway. And I couldn't have just Intercity. That wasn't going to work either. So I opted for Intercity 82 because of this train and because of the year I was born, 1982. And it's as simple as that. So I have a very strong, very emotional connection to this train, to this set, and getting all emotional now. This train has changed my life. It has. This channel has changed my life. And I just want to thank every one of you for sticking with me and for watching me for all these years. And how many reviews have we done? How many times have you seen me say, hey peeps? How many times have I said, let's give it some juice? I mean, I've got a whole host of special videos I'm going to bring to you guys and girls to help celebrate reaching 40,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. Okay, let's get them on the track. Okay, so here we are over at the test part of the layout. Oh, this is the best bit. I always get excited at this bit. Right, let's get one of these units on then. So, what was that incident I was talking to you about? Okay, last night when running these units in, we had a little bit of an issue, and I do want to tell you about it, just in case you have the same issue. Oh, here we go, nearly. Right, okay, both units are on. So basically, I was running in this unit, and I'd spent... Oh gosh, of course, now in this different light, I can see the difference in the text. There's black inside the fonts. You probably picked that up already. You folks are so shrewd and so observant, you probably noticed. But yes, a little bit of finger sweat on the top. But yeah, you probably noticed that on this model, you've got black inside a silver outline font. If I put the original that I got 7 years ago alongside, you'll notice that you don't have that. This is basically a white outlined font, and the inside of it is the same colour as the body, so that classic HST 70s blue. That one is considerably different, as you can see. So they are definitely different units. This yellow also seems to be a richer yellow, but, well, then again, it could be that this unit here, who I've just noticed has cheekily got his lights on. Yeah, he has. So this unit here, the yellow doesn't seem quite as bright, but it could have faded. Honestly, it could have... I mean, it's 7 years old, so maybe it's just faded a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, basically, I was running this unit in. It had spent half an hour going in one direction, and then just as I brought it down this straight here and was about to stop it, I wanted to see just how good it was at slow speed performance. So if I just take that unit off again, its slow speed performance is really impressive. Look. Wrong way. Here we go. Okay, look at that. Now, for DC, that's absolutely astonishing. But there is a risk here. There is a problem. Basically, the way motors work mean that every now and again, there's a chance the motor could stop in a dead zone. Because you know, whether they're 3-pole or 5-pole or whatever, there's a chance the motor could just stop and then struggle to pick up again because it is literally in a dead zone. That happened to me last night. It did. It happened to me and my heart stopped. It was really late and I was screaming, "No, don't do this!" But basically, I took the body off. We'll cut to some footage in a moment. I took the body off, I gave the flywheel a tap, and it burst into life again. So here we go. In this shot, you can see the inside of the HST. We've taken the body off. It's not too hard. Basically, unscrew the 4 screws just underneath the bogies, and then you can lift, the body literally just lifts off. Make sure you unscrew the screws properly and the body will just lift off easily. Don't try to force it too much, otherwise you could snap some of this delicate detail. But you can see there the PCB, the printed circuit board with the little blanking plate for the DCC chip. And then basically you've got one of the flywheels just there. So if I get the thing going, you see the flywheel spinning? So basically that's all the issue was. We think it was basically the motor. The way motors work mean that every now and again there is this tiny chance that the motor will just stop in a dead zone and struggle to get going again. All I did was literally jiggle this flywheel a tiny bit and the whole thing just burst into life again like that. So I'm going to obviously keep my eye on it, and I definitely recommend you keep your eye on yours as well. But if it is something as simple as that, there really is nothing to worry about. And it still manages to perform incredibly well at slow speed in DC mode. It's just astounding. Okay, so where were we? Basically, the slow speed performance of these units is incredible. They're really smooth. I mean, just look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. There's just a really gentle rumble with these things. It's really quite beautiful. Yeah, so this happened. The test layout is in the conservatory, as you know, and it takes such a hammering from the temperature changes that happen in here that basically the plastic holding the rails in place has completely perished. Now, I've known for ages that the entire test layout needs ripping up and putting down again. And in fact, because of the problems with ants in the corner and stuff, the entire floor needs to come up and be put down again. So it's a big job, it's going to cost money, it's going to take time, it's really annoying, but I've got nothing I can do about it. I have no choice. I literally have no choice. So what we're going to do is we're going to use loop 2 today. Loop 2 seems fine. It seems in much better condition than loop 1. Anyway, so it's 3rd radius, not 4th, but that's still really gentle to the trains. It will still allow for really high speed running. We're just going to have to use loop 2 instead. Okay, so what the coach is like? Well, I thought I'd just show you. I don't usually do coach reviews or wagon reviews, as you know, but because this is such a special video and it's such a special event, I thought I'd show you. So I'm going to open one of the first class coaches, just a couple of fingers on the side, and then lift out the flap, the plastic block of ice sort of thing. It's not a block of ice. That should just slide right out as it has. And then we just lift up one end, carefully peel that off, and then take the coach out. There you go. So all the plastic to one side, you can see that that is the coach, and it's it's genuinely beautiful. I opened another one a few minutes ago, and the two are just incredible. They're beautiful. They're genuinely beautiful. Oh, that's really odd. How, like, half of the coach is white and half of it is black. They must have done that on purpose. Maybe, or have they not? I don't know. That's really bizarre. Please do comment below and tell me about that. So here you go. You've got the yellow stripe running across the top, which denotes it's first class. And you can see that there's a 1 on the door as well, again indicating first class. The doors do not open. There are seats inside, and so you could, if you wanted to, open the coach up and put people inside. You could even put lighting. That would be really cool. But I'm not going to do that today. There's enough weight to it. It's obviously noticeably lighter than the power cars, but there's enough weight in it for it to sit on the track quite happy. You don't want too much, otherwise the units will struggle to pull them, especially with such a big rake, but there's definitely enough weight there. Okay, so welcome back. I've opened all the coaches, I've put them on the track, the full rake is on the track, ready to go. It's a 7+2 rake. The +2 basically stands for the power cars at each end, and then the other number is the number of coaches. They typically ran in rakes of 7 or 8, and the actual number varied by operator, usually. This is a 7+2, so basically what we've got is 2 first class cars, then the buffet, followed by 4 standard class, and then of course the other dummy unit. So the entire rake is good to go. I really have no idea what's going to happen. I haven't done this off camera, I haven't done this the day before. The set's only just arrived. I'm working so hard to get it up as fast as possible for you. Right, let's get the power car reversed in and see what happens. Here we go. Nice and gently. We're coupled, we're good to go. Are you ready for this, folks? Are you ready? Let me hear you shout you're ready. Here we go. Take it away. Intercity 1, 2, 5. Okay, let's really ramp up the speed. Wow! This is amazing!
This train terminates here. Please ensure that you take all your belongings with you when you leave the train. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Hey peeps, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave a comment, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.